Tonight, WBA Super World Super Featherweight Champion Gervonta Tank Davis makes his third title defense. This time it will be against Panamanian Ricardo Cientifico Nunes, who has a record of 21 wins, 2 losses, and 0 draws. Nunes is Gervonta Tank Davis, mandatory for the WBA title. This is why the fight is happening. But how did we get here? We're going to look at these guys' last 5 fights. And then, you know what, I'll give my final prediction on who I think is going to win. First, Gervonta Davis debuted in 2013. He's 24 years old. He stands at 5'5.5", has a 67-inch reach, and 20 knockouts in his professional career. His last 5 fights have ended by knockout. He defeated Hugo Ruiz, who took the fight on short notice. He defeated Jesus Cuellar, a guy who was supposed to give him trouble, but Davis finished him off in the 3rd round after Cuellar had already been dropped in the 2nd. In 2017, he faced Francisco Fonseca in Vegas. Davis at that time had the IBF World Super Featherweight title. He was stripped of the title because he missed weight, but he was still focused enough to KO Fonseca in round number 8. Davis traveled to the UK and defended his title against Liam Walsh. Walsh was down from an overhand left in the 3rd round, and the fight was stopped in that round. In 2017, at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, Gervonta Tank Davis stopped the then undefeated Jose Pedraza to take his IBF World Super Featherweight title from him. That so far has been the highlight of Davis's career. As for Ricardo Nunes, he debuted in 2010. He's 25 years of age. He stands at 5'6", has a 64-inch reach, and 19 big KOs. But how legit are those KOs? He's had one fight in 2019. It was in Panama against Eduardo Pacheco. Pacheco's record was 22 wins, 30 losses, and 3 draws. Nunes had 2 fights in 2018, one against Alves Torres in Mexico. Nunes first time in Mexico knocked out his then undefeated opponent in the 1st round. Also before that, in 2018, back to Panama City, he fought Jeremy Triana, whose record was 9-1, knocked him out in the 2nd round. He had 2 fights in 2017, one against Jesus Guardo, who had a record of 11 wins and 1 loss. That was one of his 2 fights where he did not knock out his opponent. But guess what? It was just an 8-rounder. And that's what Nunes has been fighting. Mostly 8-rounders. He's only had 3 10-round bouts. He's never fought in a championship fight. And finally, on July 5th, 2017, he fought Yogli Herrera, whose record was 28 wins, 18 losses, and 0 draws. Nunes finished him off in the 5th round. Once again, this fight is happening because Nunes is Gervonta Tank Davis's WBA mandatory. We looked at their last 5 fights for each guy, and you could tell that Tank Davis has fought the better opposition. He's going in more prepared for this fight, and in the fight, in my opinion, he's going to be the better boxer. I'm predicting a KO victory for Tank Davis in round number 4 in Baltimore, and I expect the already ruckus crowd to be even more loud and blow the top out the Royal Farms Arena.